Hello, this is Tina, and this is Susan and Willie McKenzie, longtime members of ZOR. And what year did y'all start coming to ZOR?
I think it was 1986 or 87.
And was it for a special reason, or did somebody invite you?
Well, I was coaching and teaching at Shiloh at the high school and the middle school combined, and Bill Emmerich was on my team, cross country and track, and his dad was real involved with the team and was sort of like the booster club president, and they were attending ZOR and got us going here. Basically just said, come on over and check it out, and we did and liked it and been here ever since.
Awesome, and we enjoy you. When you first came, what memory stayed with you on that first few visits? Was there something funny or special that happened? I think I've heard the story. Shoot.
No, that's not us.
That's not you, okay.
No.
I don't recall anything funny or any unique. I just know the people were loving and caring and very friendly. It was just easy. I mean, I've just felt at ease.
Mm-hmm.
I can remember Bill and Buddy Rivers, Terry and Sue Raymond, Barb and Bob Newman, Morris and Molly Freeman, from probably that very first Sunday we ever came.
Meeting them.
And then, to me, one of the things that kept us coming here, we had been going here a few months and had gone out of town for the weekend to visit family in Alabama. And when we came home on Sunday evening, two of the ZOR youth were sitting on our front porch. And we said, well, hi, John. Hi, Alan. What are you doing here? And they said, we want you to be our youth leaders at ZOR. And they wouldn't take no for an answer.
Well, I had to remember that.
So
that's
the
how
next
we got
Sunday,
that.
we had the senior high youth, and about 2 weeks later, we had about 20 of them spending the night on our living room floor.
Yeah.
And both looking at each other going, how did this happen?
How did this happen? But it was fun.
Oh,
We
good.
enjoyed those kids. And there were a lot of them that were on my teams.
Oh, good.
That weren't members of ZOR. They just came because we were doing the youth, and we just had some good times.
Yeah.
Real good times.
Yeah.
Good
Tell me
trips.
about that shirt.
Well, we decided back in 1989 we ought to do some kind of road race for, something to do with the church and earn a little money. And all of a sudden somebody said, well, why don't we do a race at Stone Mountain? And so we came up with this logo, Are You Running with Jesus, and have the footprints and all that. And I can't remember who designed this, but one of the youth designed it.
Did.
And I went over and had never done a race like that. I'd coached cross country and all that, but never a road race. And I just figured, well, gosh, we're going to be there early on Saturday morning
At Stone Mountain.
at Stone Mountain. I mean, I don't need to get approval or anything. There's not going to be that many people. We actually had about 100 or plus
Wow.
sign up, and I was trying to set up for the race. We had a set up area over near the carving. It's a lot different now than it was then. You remember the early years of Stone Mountain. But anyway, so I drove and collected all these cones that they had in a cauldron, sort of like, off to the side, and was loading my Tercel up and going to set up the finish line. And this police officer comes by and says, what are you doing? I said, well, we're having a race. He said, a race? And he said a no to the cone, so I had to improvise. So I went to the
But
finish.
it was for God, so it was okay.
It was. And he said, okay, this time, but next time you need to get approval. And so I went and got garbage cans, and we had some streamers, and
Even better than cones.
had the finish line there at the 4 mile mark. It was a 4 mile run, and it was just it was funny, just a good time. Rick Wood was helping, and so there was a lot of folks that are around now that remember that, I'm sure.
I think the race was held 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
Maybe the
yeah.
second and third year they got permission.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, maybe just have somebody else do it the next
Yeah,
year.
yeah,
You know?
yeah. I removed myself from the coordinating of it, but it continued to go on. I think Ron Emmerich was heavily involved in it then, but I know that our daughter CJ was an infant, and I had a baby jogger, and she won the 0 to 1 year old age group in '92. And I pushed her, and we would have been high up in the race because I was running pretty fast back then. But she had to stop and take a bottle at 2 miles, and she got hungry.
So that's her competitive spirit.
Yes, yes, exactly.
You know, I think most of my best memories are around the youth. Either when we led the youth group, then when we had our own children and they came up through the youth group, and in recent years being involved with the youth here. I mean, just so many memories of camping trips on Cumberland Island, canoeing at the lake at Terry and Sue Raymond's house, going to Camp Glisson, ski trips. You went on some ski trips with the youth.
Some ski trips up in
and
Boone area, so.
I just love being with the youth.
How many hearts have y'all touched? I bet.
They've touched ours.
Touched ours, I know, yeah. But yeah, hopefully we had a little impact there.
I'm sure you did. I know you did. What is unique about Zor United Methodist Church to y'all?
It's the people.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's not the facility, it's not any one particular person, it's all the people that make up the church. And it's just a good group of folks, and has been through the years. So it's changed, obviously. There's a lot of new people and that kind of thing, but some old people have moved on. But you know, it's still, there's a feeling about this church that's.
Yeah, I think once you come in,
Carry.
you catch that feeling and you
Right.
keep spreading it to everybody else, so.
Right.
I like that.
Yeah, it's the people.
Mhm. So you pretty much answered my question about what your favorite group was, the youth. Is there any other smaller group now or before that, I know y'all were in the guiding light class?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we
Probably.
had.
Didn't y'all start out as the youngest and?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think we were the youngest.
Rick and Lisa and then Michelle, of course.
We're the youngest.
We're probably youngest, but they're the ones that got us, said, you gotta come try this class. And so we started bringing the girls
To Sunday
to
school.
Sunday school, and we started coming, obviously, and so it just fit just right in.
Did the girls have Donna Bailey as their Sunday school teacher, you think?
Hope did.
Yeah,
Hope
I think
did?
Hope
Mhm.
did, and they've had everybody, you know, through the ranks.
I
and-
know Phil Gass is missing the kids now.
Yeah, he's,
Yeah.
Let's see, is there anything else you'd like to talk about that you've done through the years here that really touched your heart, or you saw a great mission thing, or outreach, or?
Wow. I think to me, Zor is all about mission and outreach from
Mhm.
everything here just right here in the community, the fifth Sunday, things we do now, to the Native American mission that we did in conjunction with Craig and Felicia Wilkins.
Mhm.
I think you did
I've
that
been
a
up
while.
to Carolinas to their
Um,
place and worked up there. Our kids went up there. You know, it's
Yeah.
it's been some good experiences.
Just reaching out to others.
Reach out
And Zor, I mean, most people know that Willie and I walk through the valley of the shadow of death
yeah.
all the time,
Mhm.
and always will. And Zor has kept us going in
Yeah.
a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was, I've since been to a few funerals where kids have passed away. I just felt the need I didn't even know them, I just felt the need to be there for the parents and that kind of thing. But I just remember the
Sort
memorial
has a
they had
way
for
of
Hope.
wrapping their arms around you and holding you up.
It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I've
just,
seen them do it so many times.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. So,
Yeah, you know, and some of the happiest memories of our lives are here,
yeah, yeah.
you know, things like,
Children's church,
Mhm.
when, and the kids right there, we sat back there, and so we were on the other side of that little hump, and,
Uh-huh.
and Hope would run back and fall, and
all
it
the
was
time,
just
every
all-
Sunday, which,
She's too excited.
Yeah, they, that was pretty funny.
but, yeah, from preschool,
Yeah,
memories, youth, being in the Guiding Light Sunday school class.
yeah,
It
Bible
just seems to
studies.
cover all ages, and we touch the
Yeah.
heart of a lot of people.
yeah,
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 I mean,
I
this-
agree.
Just, and, you know, I think about even now, our, daughter, Caitlin, CJ, is, some of her very best friends are the friends she grew up with here at Zor.
Yeah,
That's
And
awesome.
she's an adult now,
yeah,
and,
that's pretty
That's
pretty
special.
cool. I mean,
Mhm.
I was involved in church as a kid, but there was nobody
Yeah,
that I'm
Still.
close to. I know people, but you know, it's just
It's
different.
different.
There's
Yeah,
a-
that youth group was the closest
Oh,
youth group.
man.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's, I guess, the youth group I knew. Maybe there was before, but
yeah, I think there've been,
There's
yeah, there's
been-
not as many youth now, but there will be, there
Oh,
could,
yeah.
Yeah.
can be, and,
a lot of times
boy,
it
they're a
just
lot of fun to be around.
takes a catalyst. You
yes.
know, somebody to, you know, like a Jonathan
Mm-hmm.
Or sometimes it's just
or
2 or 3 families that join.
two or three families that join and have kids that are really energetic, you know, like the Giles with Taylor,
Oh, yeah.
obviously with Taylor, and that crew, you know, that was just that's important.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
Hopefully
a-
after COVID,
Yeah.
people will start coming back to a church, because we'll all have something to be very thankful for.
Yeah, and might,
Absolutely.
and it may help this church to grow.
It just feels good sitting in this
Just
pew
feels
right
good
now.
here, right
Yeah.
now, yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it does.
comforting.
It is. You can feel the arms around you now.
Mhm.
Love being in this sanctuary.
Well, I guess that is it now,
Okay,
and I appreciate your time, and I love you both.
yeah,
Love
love y'all
you.
too, yeah.